Alright, reason you guys are kind of looking at some dirt is because we stopped working on the Mustang, give ourselves a break, along with during the coronavirus. I got busy with work again. Uh, got trained to actually ride out along with medics and be in an ambulance in some cases, and it's been picking up. So, kind of is what it is. So, and along with that, we got like I said, the dirt's here for. I mean, most people got a little bit of a backstory on in the other video on why I hate working on Mustang some days at home, because it's not covered. There's no shop, so that's the reason for the field dirt, the sand, the temper over there. All this has been filled in by me by hand. The tractor's down. The starter went out, and I was just like, well, let's do what we can right now with it, with just by hand. And you know, it's been going slow by hand, but it's been steady. I've gotten dirt pretty much spread out. The estimated size is we're gonna try to make it 18 by 22. You know, I'm stretching for 22, pretty close to the fence in between the house. But, you know, I'm hoping for 22. They'll allow me to go 22, but I really don't want to go smaller than 21. 21 is my minimum. 20 is gonna be like I'll do it, but I'm gonna hate it. I'm not gonna have as much room because I've already got the area of where I would place my tools and everything, how big it has to be to accommodate the generator that's going to be in there, because I plan on keeping this off the, off just the power here. I don't want to run anything on the power from the house. So why we have an own generator at the shop. I believe a 6500 EFI one that we got due to a mechanic quitting, and she gave it to me. Just for she gave it to me, and because she's moving out of state to Colorado, so I was like, I'm not gonna turn that down. It's an owning generator, especially if you guys know most of them started around new $4,000 and up. Those are for the micro squirts. Not even the one I have. The ones I have, I received from her is starts around 5,500 to $6,000 and up, depending on the dealer. So we're gonna run the lift off of that. Most of the welders. Um, the lights are gonna be run by solar, and some other equipment is gonna be run. Some other equipment is gonna be run by small solar setup. We're gonna set up in the shop. So got it mostly marked off, and all my forms up. I need to push this in or widen it out so I can get it back flush and brace it, so when I pack the dirt down some more, it doesn't want to spread this back, as you see. But the Mustang did drive over here with the old carburetor on that's been modified, and hopefully with the coronavirus, I got a little time to get the city in order, get some stuff for court in order. So as soon as they open back up, apply for the permit, see if they'll let me put it to the side that close to the fence. I'm hoping to be able to put the shop closer to the fence, a foot from the fence. I believe I measured out 1.5 feet from the fence. If they deny it, then I'll be going. If they approve it, I'll go with an 18 by 23 shop or a 24 shop. But if they deny it, I'll just go back to the original plan, ask for 22, and knock off 2.5 feet from the fence to 3 feet. So I'll go back with the 18 by 22 plan. So this is just a little wrap up. Right now, everybody's in hurricane prep. This is Tuesday, so everybody's panicking. I mean, some people are panicking because they've been flooded out before. Others are panicking because they're just being stupid. But most people got common sense. If you had your generator from last year, you kept it and you didn't sell it like a jackass. We have a hurricane down here in Houston every year, just about every year, and you always keep a generator. You don't use it one year and then sell it just because you feel like if you live in Houston, you lived in Houston most of your life, there's going to be a hurricane down here in Texas. Whether you live in LaPorte, whether you live in Houston, whether you live in Baytown, any of those areas, you know there's gonna be a storm. So it's not really smart to sell your shit, especially knowing that. Other than that, that's what we've been doing for the last bit. We do work on a Mustang occasionally on mostly parts like far as drilling and tapping. Like so far, we've been drilling and tapping like the turbo housing, getting some boost lines ran and figured out, and boost controller stuff figured out, and tapping the carb hat at the shop someday. You know, we're doing different things. So we're doing those on the days we're not working on the car, and the other days we're mocking up like power steering stuff and alternator stuff and brackets. So I'm trying to get it to where I can be able to present you guys with a list, my list, and show you this is what I use, this is what you're gonna have to use. This is gonna be the easiest and cheapest route to go, instead of, you know, you going out there getting upset 'cause you think it's gonna work and you're missing something, and you're getting frustrated. But like I said, I'm gonna try to make it to where you guys are able to figure this out and get through your build relatively quick if you know exactly what to use, and you don't have to buy something, return it, or you can't return it and waste money in different spots. So I'm gonna get ready to go ahead and put the tarp and strap it down on the car, strap some other tarps on the engine to make sure it stays, just the moisture stays out of the engine and water and other critters that are going to be looking to get out of the rain. So that's my word of advice for some people right now. It's going to storm. If you're living in Houston, it's going to storm. You got a project car kind of open, like, you know, hats, turbos, tape them up, close them off, so critters like rats and shit don't try to go in. You know, rat can squeeze through a grown rat can squeeze through a 1 inch to 2 inch hole in some cases. So you don't want that thing walking around in a turbo system, because he squeezed through, you know, baby rats can squeeze through 1 inch, but bigger rats don't need much. They can collapse their skeleton. So you want to close off most of your shit when you're working on project cars, from the inside to the outside. My luck, I got a hard top with a small hole near the back window, so I'll be closing that off in a bit. That's just a little quick update on the car and what we're doing. But hopefully with we can get this garage built relatively pretty quick. And by my uncle's standard, he put his up in about a day, and he was just like, we're gonna throw it up in a day. He's just like, no ifs, ands, and buts about it. We're gonna throw it up in a day. You got the equipment here, and that's the good thing about me owning most of the equipment. We can throw it up in a day with me and him involved. He has the ladders. I have the ladders. I have saws. I have welders. As most of you guys see in other videos, I've upgraded in some welders too. Air compressors for air wrenches. Same thing, high impact Ryobi wrenches. I got enough to build a shop plus, and do anything we need to do. So, of course, with the shop coming along, we're gonna have to do some stuff like change the fencing around, because I'm starting to have nosy neighbors getting on my nerves, and I've had the kind of encounter with one coming at me and screaming because I was not knowing the full story, and me helping her grandson out, and same thing for his uncle. And I was just like, yeah, I don't want them in my business, and I don't want them seeing what's going into the shop, because what's going to be put in there was, I was going to kind of leave it off just the video, but we're going to start fabricating stuff for the 4.6 turbos. So there's not a lot of kits out there for 4.6s, and the ones out there, they're pretty high. I know a lot of people can't afford stuff, especially if you're doing a project build. Most likely you either don't have the money, or you don't want to spend the money, or you have just things you want to invest in. So we got a weld table coming from Harbor Freight. We're going to start with that one, and we have a CNC plasma cutter, which we're going to be using to cut out our header flanges. So I'm going to be starting manufacturing 4.6 turbo kits, log style, simple, and just able to get people going and experience, okay, you know, hey, I got this much in the kit, and whether I want to stay 4.6 or swap over to something like, this with the 302 or a 351, and I'll be making turbo kits for a lot of the other Ford motors, because there's not a lot out there, and the ones that are out there are insanely marked up because of there's no big aftermarket Ford modular motors. So I'll be making one for the 5.4, the 4.6, the 4.0, the 3.9 if I get a request, and then the bigger motors as we go into the 390 and the 460. So that's kind of the other thing where we're going. The reason I mentioned those motors last is because one of those might be going into the next Mustang. Because this frame is kind of twisted from being in the wreck it was from when I bought it. I don't want to put anything like that in there. And then plus today when I had a 390 here, I wasn't prepared to drop it in just because of I didn't prepare to have a 390, and it kind of came by accident. So I just I kind of panicked and sold it, which I shouldn't have done. But eventually, the next Mustang we get is gonna get a 390 in it, just because of same thing with parts and availability. I checked with Crowder a while, probably last month. The turbo cam from them, and they had everything pretty much laid out, and it was pretty affordable. And they were saying that with I can make more power and less boost with that 390 setup we got together online with them. And what we laid out online, and I was like, shit, I might have to go big block eventually in another car that I want to make strictly all out killer. But till then, I'm gonna stick with small blocks for now. Small blocks is just what I like, and for a dedicated track car, because I plan on having another Mustang after this one and a couple other ones. So I'm gonna have a street car, which is gonna probably stay small block, and then I'm gonna go big block for my all-out drag car. Yeah. So it is what it is. Just gotta get some stuff done and get some stuff taken care of before we can do that. Hence the preparation and build site for the garage. Once that's up, we'll get bigger into the, deeper into the builds. The builds will come out a lot quicker. I'll be able to do more at night. There's not much light out here when you got to bring out flashlights and set up shop lights out in the yard, and it sucks because you got to stay up at night and take them down and put them up. So with the shop light, with an actual covered space to work in, nice and cozy, I'll be able to work. I'll be able to put a portable heater out there. Same thing for the vice versa for the summertime. I'll be able to put an AC in it. I'll put a mini split on there, but it'll be actually comfortable to work in, and then I can take on other people's projects and builds and bring them back to the house. So till then, next video, hopefully I'll be a little further along. It's gonna be a while just because of, again, I said I'm coronavirus. I'm on an ambulance now some days working along with my other mechanic duties, so it's just a lot of hours, dude. I mean, whoever's watching this video. So I mean, it's just a lot of hours, and I don't get to see home a lot now. So just be patient. Sorry for the inconvenience, but that's just the way it is right now. A lot of hours, a lot of sleepless nights, and a lot of time away from home. Even though I'm in Houston, I'm still stationed in Houston for now. I haven't been up to Odessa for about a couple months. Just the insane hours away from the house and running all across Houston, either fixing an ambulance or on an ambulance, helping with patients and moving coronavirus patients, detoxing trucks. It's just a lot. So like I said, you guys got any questions about the swap, let me know. I'm pretty prompt about about answering if you guys got questions. And like I said, hopefully I'll get a little bit further in the car. A lot of stuff is gone. Go-kart, I just gave away. Some other stuff I gave away. I'm just trying to clean up and make it easier to transition to a more professional standard and try to implement some stuff I'm doing at work here. And well, my job ain't even professional enough to say, for me to even say that. I'm trying to get in the professional mindset of operating. So since I plan on manufacturing my own parts, along with doing a lot of in-house stuff and probably contracting out what I can't handle the nights I'm working late, I got to get in professional standards. So I just got to make it that way. So until then, next video, hopefully I got some stuff done and I'll be able to share it with you guys. But it might be a while, so hang in there. Like I said, if you guys got any questions on how to do most of this stuff, message me. I can respond better than putting up a video. And that's it. Until then.